Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my holiday home tour. So come on in, let's check it out. Alright, so now we are in what I consider my entryway. I don't really have a formal entryway, but here we are at the stairs. I always love decorating my stairs. Like, I don't know if I could ever go back to like a single story because I want to have stairs. So this year I wanted to be full. Like, that was my theme this year, was I wanted like full garland, lots of lights, and everything to just look really big and full of everything. So what I did this year with my garland is I used my, normal Norfolk pine garland that I use every year. I love this garland. The only thing is it's not super fluffy. So in order to fix that, I went ahead and I added another garland on top of that. I just grabbed this off of Amazon. And I think it really changed the whole look of the garland this year versus other years where I've just done the Norfolk. So what I did to put all this together was I used zip ties. Zip ties are, of course, your best friend when you're decorating for Christmas, and 3M hooks. So I have a 3M hook here. And I went ahead and I put my main garland on there, and then I went with some branch lighting this year, which I haven't done before, and I absolutely love it. It's battery powered, it has the little branches that come out, and then I love the fact that it has just like lights all over instead of just in a row like I've done other years. Then when I added the second garland, that's when I came along and I started zip tying that onto my main garland right here. So just make sure that you have a good hook that's able to hold some weight, and of course you'll have to put them pretty frequently. I think I did it like every other or every two of my beams here, and it's held up pretty well so far. So I kind of just put them all together, put the branch lights through, weaving so it kind of is spread out with the lights. And then I had these fun bells that I got last year, and I kind of just draped those like each one every so often as well. And I think the bells just give it a little something extra. And again, it's really pretty at night. The night view is really pretty when it's all lit up. So here at the landing of the stairs, I always like to put something here, and it's large enough that we could still walk through. This year I wanted just a lot of greenery this year. Last year I think I did flocked trees here. This year I wasn't filling as much with the flocking, so I went with just the basic trees. These are Norfolk pine trees that I got from a floral. And then of course I just throw in my battery string lights. Looks beautiful at night. I love to have everything lit up at night, is always my goal. I don't want anything dark. And then I just went ahead and I just stuck them in a basket that I already had. I propped it up on some books here to give it a little bit of height. I had this cute little stool that I got years ago from Hobby Lobby, this little vase, and then I just stuck my tree in there. I just wanted it to be real simple, just classic, easy, and I think they look really great here at the foot of the stairs. Alright, so here in the entryway again at the stairs, I have this little like insert, and a lot of you guys actually do have this because you've told me. And it's not that big. I think when you get back into the side inside there, it's like 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet. I got the viral tree from Home Depot. Everybody was wanting, they were obsessing over. I have the slim version, 7.5 foot. And it actually fit in here. I was so surprised because I have struggled for years to find a tree, like full-size tree that I could fit in here and not have to do the tiny slim ones. So I was so excited about this. This tree is really nice. It unfortunately is out of stock everywhere. I went ahead and added my ornaments that I got from Target last year onto here. I got these little velvet ones from Hobby Lobby, and then there's a local shop that I absolutely love, Vintage Begonia, and I went ahead and picked these up along with these guys here. Again, I was just trying to keep it really simple on this tree. I love the burgundy color. I feel like the wine burgundy color is really popular this year. And then I found this topper at Target, and I just clipped it on. It's a plug-in. You plug it in, and I think it just went perfectly with the tree, with all the lights going on here. So this is how I decorated it this year, and then the garland goes up around it. Again, it's really pretty during the nighttime hours because it's all lit up here. And this is one of my absolute favorite signs. I've had it for years. I got it from a company that unfortunately is no longer in business, but it's a wooden sign. It just says it's the most wonderful time of the year, and I feel like it goes good in this little corner here. We are at my fireplace mantle. Now this is where I feel like I can either thrive or fail. And it gives me the most stress every year is my fireplace mantle. I'm like, what am I gonna do this year? So again, my theme this year was how full can I get it? And I wanted to go really full this year. So normally I do only 2 strands of the Norfolk pine garland. This year I doubled it up. So I did 4 strands altogether. So if you can see right down here, I came in with, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys, but I did hooks along the front of the fireplace right here. And by doing that, I was able to do my garland down lower. And so I took the Norfolk pine garland, I hooked it, and then I made sure that I had it drooping as much as I possibly could. So it looks like it's fuller. Then on the top, I went ahead and I just laid on the 2 more strands of my Norfolk pine, and then I filled in with just filler pieces. So I got these from Hobby Lobby. Again, they're just like stem pieces to put in vases, and I just kind of poked them through. Same with these from Hobby Lobby. I added my pears that I did last year. These are from A Floral, and then these guys are A Floral as well. And I just kind of filled them in where I felt they were needed to give that nice like woodsy nature look. But I absolutely love this. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't do this before with having it go down lower. Another thing that I changed up this year is I went asymmetrical. So I had it just draped down onto the one side where normally I have it draped down on both sides. And I actually kind of like how it looks with the asymmetrical look. Again, here on the end, all I did was take filler pieces like for vases that you see here. I took them and then I just bent them in like an L shape, and I just have them here on the end drooping down to make this a little more full on the end. That's also a good way to save money, so you don't have to buy as much garland. You could just buy these filler pieces as well. So up top, I went ahead and used my little trees that I've used many years before. Of course, I've strung everything with my battery lights. And again, at night, you'll see all this. It's really pretty and beautiful. I went ahead and did battery lights on the garland. I just did 1 strand this year because they were the double-sided lights. And I think they turned out really, really good. These little pine cones, guys, are candles, and I got them off of Amazon, and I absolutely love them. Although when I first got them, I wasn't quite sure what to do. I tried them in the middle, and then I just ended up separating them, and I love how it looks. Went ahead and put a Norfolk pine wreath up here, and I have the battery lights on there as well. And I just use a big 3M hook. It's a 5-pound hook to hold the wreath onto the mirror. So it works out perfectly because I have the mirror and I'm able to adhere it to it really nicely. Of course, if you've been with me for a while, you know my famous Starburst. I've done them for 5 years now. And how I do those is I put a 2 3M Velcro strips on there, and then I adhere them to the ceiling. I have spray painted them white. One of them, I got a new one right there in the middle, and I didn't spray paint it, and I wish I did because I feel like the white helps make it disappear. I went ahead and I did my stockings, but I just hooked them with the 3M hooks. Previous years I've done where I did the branch hanging here, if you guys remember that. And I changed it up this year because I tried the branch and I'm like, it's too much. There's just too much happening here. I'm already pretty full. I just went ahead and put my knitted stockings up. This is a Hearth and Hand one from Target. This one is, oh gosh, I've had this like 2-3 years. It was from Anthropologie, and this is a Target one from a couple years ago. I love mixing the colors. I love mixing the patterns, and I always love to add like a furry one in. I feel like it just like offsets the knitting so nicely. And then I went ahead and added some little dainty bells on here as well with my larger bells that I put on the end here. These are actually from that big bell set that I have in my den that I'll share with you guys. And then I've draped it down with some more of the fruit going on. Love how this turned out. This year was a big year for these branch trees. I feel like everybody on Instagram was sharing these branch trees, and I had to get them, and I absolutely love them. I went ahead and I just stuck them into pots that I already had, and they worked out perfectly. I took off the base of them, and then I just stuck them in. I actually shared a reel showing where I did the floral block here, and I just stuck it into the floral block, and it keeps it in place. It's worked out really well. And then I just got this from Walmart, just this fake little snow batting, so it looked like snow in there. But they are so pretty. I feel like they have a good little contrast going on here with the fireplace. And then I just finished it off with my wood in the basket, some battery lights, more bells, because you know I love bells, and then these wooden trees I got a couple years ago from Purple Rose Home, but I was able to find them again this year online. Again, I was just kind of sticking with like the natural, the woodsy, greenery, you know, I was trying to keep things real simple and natural this year, and I love how it turned out. Okay, moving on over here, we're still in the living room, but I have this nice little console, you know, sofa table here. I already had this pot, which I believe is still available online. I'll have everything linked below in a blog post for you guys that I was able to link. So I just took the pot, I took this little sparse looking tree that, again, I got from Vintage Begonia, a local shop. I love that it looks like a little Charlie Brown tree. It doesn't have a lot going on. And then I actually took battery lights and I just went up the middle branch here just to keep it real simple. Here we are at my coffee table. So I got these felt poinsettias from Kirkland's, and I absolutely love them. I'm hoping they're still available. I love the colors. They are just really pretty colors. Stuck them in a vase that I already have. Then I added some greenery to my second vase, and like I said before, it's the year of branches, so I got these branch stem like vase fillers off of Amazon. I love them. They're battery powered. They come in a set of 3. They come on automatically. They have different settings that you can do, and it's so pretty at night. Here is a little corner section right off of my sofa, and I always like to decorate it. So I got this big vase from Home Goods like a year ago. I added in a bunch of my greenery, and then I added in 2 sets of those branch lights from Amazon. So 6 total in this, but it's a good size vase. Again, it's so pretty at night. These large bells I was lucky enough to find at Kirkland's, and of course they sold out instantly, but I love the color, just a nice neutral color. Of course, I got my little wooden nativity scene that we stuck on there. And this is one of my favorite things to do. So I have an oil diffuser in here. It's actually the Sage diffuser in here. I got this little house from Michael's. I'll see if I can find similar ones online. But you can always find these at Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. They get them a lot this time of year. I believe even at home it has one similar. And you put your diffuser in with the little chimney, and it looks like the house is lit up and the chimney is going while you're diffusing your house. It's the greatest thing ever. Of course, we can't forget our sofas and decorating our sofas with our pillows, you guys. So for the holiday season, the winter months, I always like to bring in pillows with some sort of texture. These have become one of my absolute favorite pillow covers off of Amazon. They're this really pretty like velvety material. They come in a million different colors. I actually have another pair I'm going to show you in a minute. And then of course, traditional plaid is always great to go with during the holiday season. You can't go wrong with plaid. I went with more neutral muted tones in this room, and I love how these two pair together. Here is one of my newer finds and buys. this comfy blanket. Now it is a splurge item for sure, but it is hands down the most softest blanket I've ever owned in my life. And the best part is it's double-sided. So it has the furriness on both sides. So you can snuggle up on this while the fire's going, watching TV. And again, I love it just draped onto the sofa because it's bringing in that warmth and that yummy texture that we all crave and need during the winter months. On your kitchen island, you don't have to do anything big or fancy. I have my Anthropologie vases that I always have out. I went ahead and stuck in 2 Hearth and Hand trees of different sizes. So I have the big size and I have the medium size. I of course added twinkle lights so they light up at night. And then these are just like my little simple reindeers that I found from Aldi last year. Pottery Barn does sell similar looking ones. And that's it. You don't have to do anything crazy, fancy. You could even just do one tree if you just wanted to do a tree in a pot on your island, or even just like some little animals like this on there with a candle. I always love to burn candles this time of year, but just kept it simple, easy, and now I don't have a lot to clean up at the end of this. Now we are here in the den where actually the kids spend a lot of time. They play their video games and everything on here. So I love having a tree. This is my Noble Fir tree from King of Christmas. I believe this is my 4th year with this tree. Again, I love like the sparse look. It's so pretty, so beautiful. King of Christmas is like one of my all-time favorite brands because they will last you forever. I went ahead and put pretty much the same ornaments I did last year on here, keeping with those like deeper earth tones and the rust tones going on. This was from Vintage Begonia, these big ones. These are Studio McGee, the velvet ones from Target. And then I added these fun bells that I get off of Amazon. I think the bells give it a little something extra, which is fun. This year I did do something different and I went ahead and added battery lights to the tree collar, which I recently shared on my Instagram. And again, at night when it's all lit up, it is just so pretty. And I love the twinkly lights on the bottom. I think I will do that from now on. To go ahead and hide my plug and everything that you see here, I put a basket with a blanket. I've done other years where I've done a basket and then put pine cones in it, and that looked really cute as well. Here's something fun that I started doing a couple years ago with my blanket ladder. And again, if you don't have a mantle or anything, this is a great option and a great way to actually hang your stockings. And I just go ahead and hook my stockings onto the blanket ladder. And of course I had to add more bells because you know I have a lot of bells. Speaking of bells, up here I have my bells on a rod. I love this set. I actually found it on Amazon for an amazing price. You get 12 of these really large size bells. You get the rod, the hooks, everything's included. I don't even use all 12 and it still looks so full. You could also hang this above the fireplace mantle, which a lot of people do that. I just like it here on the wall, and I think it's a good contrast to the dark green of the tree. So I love how they look together. I grabbed that artwork last year from Amazon, and I just kind of stuck that up because I love the gold trim alongside of it. Something that I've done for several years is putting prints here. I already have the picture ledge, so I just go onto Etsy and you can buy the digital downloads. This one comes in a set, and then I just take them to Staples and I get them printed out. These are inexpensive frames from Michaels that you can grab. Usually they'll even go on sale for like buy one get one free, and it's just an easy, inexpensive way to kind of change out your artwork for the like holiday season. I love doing this. I grabbed this guy this year though from Target. It was part of, I think, Studio McGee or Hearth and Hand, and of course it sold crazy fast. Moving down here is our sofa. Again, of course I gotta decorate the sofa for Christmas with pillows, you know that. I went ahead and I did that other pillow that I just showed you from Amazon in the dark green color. It is so pretty. I'm telling you, these are such good pillow covers off of Amazon. And then I just did a different version of those plaid pillows, again with the buttons. I did more of like a traditional classic look going on here with the plaid and the deep green and the reds. And then this guy I already had, he's Amazon as well. I'll try to link up everything that I can in the blog post below, but you gotta decorate the sofa. It's gotta get a little touch of Christmas cheer as well. we are in my dining room. I never do too much craziness on the dining room table. I try to keep it pretty contained to one section. I got this really large trays many years ago from Hobby Lobby, and I love it because I'm able to just put everything in it. It's contained easily. If I need to take this off, if we're having people over, it's super easy to do. I went ahead and just wrapped around my Norfolk pine garland. I added another set of the branch lights, and I'm just like obsessed with these this year. Pine cones, I always say decorate with pine cones. They're cheap, they're easy. Actually, they're free because if you can just go out and just forage for the pine cones, they're free. And then I don't even store them most years. Most years I just toss them back into nature. So you don't even have to worry about storing them. This is a great little set of trees. I always like to do the staggering heights. I always think that looks really pretty. And then of course I added the battery lights so they light up at night. And then I found these little reindeer a couple weeks ago at Marshall's, and I just kind of stuck them in. I thought they were cute to add in there. These are the best faux candles out there. They come on a remote. They have several different settings. They have a timer. They feel like the real wax going on, and then I just added them to my candle holders that I already had that I got from Vintage Begonia a couple years ago. I did find similar ones on Amazon that I will have linked below as well though. But at night, this all lights up. It's just so pretty, so cozy, and I absolutely love how it looks at night. All right, here we are on our final stop of the holiday home tour. I'm ending it with probably what is my favorite tree. I absolutely love how this turned out this year. It's the King of Christmas again. It's the Queen Slim Flocked, the 8 foot, and of course it's pre-lit. They just have the best flock trees. If you've ever worked on a cheaper flocking tree or flock tree, you know what I'm talking about. There's flock everywhere. This one actually holds its flocking on really well. It's beautiful lit up at night. It has a couple different settings with the lighting option. This year I went ahead and I went with the pinks, the whites, and the silvers with my disco balls. If you were with me last year, you know I did do the disco balls last year, and I brought them back because I loved them so much. Everything on here is Hobby Lobby. So Hobby Lobby, I got these really pretty poinsettias in this like blush gold, and then I did the white ones here, and I did a little different version of the poinsettia here as well. I grabbed it all from Hobby Lobby very early on when it was like 50% off. And if you have never tried to do disco balls on your tree, this is your sign for this year or next year to do them. They are the prettiest things shoved into the tree. So I have a few different sizes. I believe I have 6, 8, and 4-inch ones going on in here. And then I stuck some larger ones in a basket over there. And of course I top that off with some battery twinkle lights so it lights up at night. But with the disco balls, it's so pretty because the lights will actually reflect off of them. So you just get such a pretty glow and look coming off of your tree. Now here's something that I do every year, but I did a little twist this year. I used a really nice throw blanket, which I love doing. So if you don't have a tree collar, you don't have the storage for a big bulky tree collar, which a lot of us don't, placing a throw blanket around the base of your tree is a great option and easy to store. I just put this back out. We use it all through the year. This year though, I did decide to add some lights underneath, and I love how it turned out. It looks like it's like a snowy, glowy bottom to my tree, especially in the evening hours. It's so pretty. The lights are LED. They're cool to the touch, so you don't have to worry about heat coming off of them. I know I've gotten a lot of flack on that on Instagram, but there is no heat coming off of them, and it just looks so pretty. I love the fact that now I have like my tree lit from top to bottom. Definitely try this out if you don't have a tree collar, and if you don't want to do the lights, you don't have to, but putting a nice comfy throw blanket around it is a great look. it. I hope you guys enjoyed my holiday home tour. Next year I will try to get this out even sooner for you guys. Be sure to subscribe while you're here, and again, I linked everything I could in a blog post below so that you can shop the same items or similar items. I'm off now to go enjoy a cup of hot cocoa and snuggle up in my blanket. See you guys next time.